Hello, my name is Jasmine McGary, and I am honored to present an overview of my problem of practice dissertation titled Support Systems, a single case study exploring collaborative efforts to promote positive mental health in Greater Houston high schools. This research holds personal significance for me, as someone who has worked extensively as a licensed professional counselor and program director in mental health in Houston, Texas. I have seen firsthand how critical mental health support is for students, and this study allowed me to explore how we can enhance that support through collaboration within schools. Let's begin with the problem that this study addresses. Adolescent mental health is a growing global, national, and local concern. In Greater Houston, more than 300,000 adolescents face mental health challenges, with around 80% lacking access to the services that they need. These unmet mental health needs largely affect students' academic performance and overall well-being. Despite the influential role that schools can play in addressing mental health, many lack the resources to implement effective interventions. It's this gap that inspired my research. To understand how we can bridge the gap, I began by reviewing 4 key areas of literature. First, I examined the concept of positive mental health as introduced by Jehoda in 1958. Jehoda's work is foundational in shifting the focus from merely treating mental illness to proactively promoting well-being. Vaganian et al. 2022 suggests schools have the unique opportunity to foster this positive approach, creating environments that actively promote student well-being. Next, I explored student well-being. Research by Arnberg et al. 2021 emphasizes the strong connection between well-being and academic success. Simply put, when students' mental health needs are addressed, they perform better academically. I also examined the issue of mental health stigma. Research by Lento et al. 2020 highlights that stigma remains a significant barrier that prevents many students from seeking help. This fear of being judged can deter even those who most need mental health support. Finally, I focused on collaborative efforts within schools. Revive et al. 2022 emphasized the importance of a multi-tiered system, such as multi-tiered systems of supports, better known as MTSS, which offers different levels of support depending on the needs of individual students. This system fosters collaboration between school staff, counselors, and external mental health professionals, such as support group facilitators. The purpose of this study was to explore how support group facilitators collaborate with other high school personnel to promote positive mental health within a multi-tiered system of supports. This study was guided by one research question. How do support group facilitators describe the collaborative efforts to implement MTSS in promoting positive mental health for students at the high schools they serve? This question allowed me to explore both the successes and challenges in these collaborative efforts. The theoretical framework guiding my study is multi-tiered systems of supports, or MTSS, as you see here on the left, which was formalized under the Every Student Succeeds Act in 2015. MTSS is designed to address students' academic, behavioral, and mental health needs through the 4 pillars of the house you see here. In addition to the 4 pillars of MTSS, the framework includes 4 windows that are service delivery models. These windows guide the specific types of support provided, ranging from behavior management to suicide prevention to promoting social-emotional skills. In Texas, the Texas Education Agency mandates response to intervention, or RTI, as the service delivery model in schools. RTI consists of 3 tiers. The first tier provides universal interventions for all students, and that can include general classroom instruction and broad mental health support that benefit the entire student body. The second tier offers targeted interventions for students who require additional help, like small group counseling for students struggling with anxiety or depression. Finally, the third tier involves intensive, individualized interventions for students needing one-on-one mental health services, often in collaboration with external mental health professionals. Together, these pillars and windows create a comprehensive support system that schools can use to address mental health needs. To explore how support group facilitators collaborate within the MTSS framework, I employed a qualitative single case study design following Yin's 2018 case study methodology. This was the best fit for my research, as I was focusing on understanding the experiences of the support group facilitators who worked in multiple high schools but were contracted through a single organization. This study had 4 licensed professional counselors or counselor associates as participants. These mental health professionals had at least 2 years of experience working within the MTSS framework in Houston area high schools. And they hosted mental health support groups across different school districts under the unified framework of Greater Houston Minds. I collected data through 1-hour semi-structured interviews with each support group facilitator and hosted a focus group session. The individual interviews allowed me to gather detailed personal insights, while the focus group provided a great space for interaction and reflection among the facilitators. This combination helped me gain a deeper understanding of the support group facilitators' experiences. I then transcribed and analyzed the data using in vivo software to identify key themes related to collaboration and MTSS implementation. At the time of the study, support group facilitator Maya hosted 1 weekly group meeting at 1 high school campus in 1 school district. Support group facilitator Stacy hosted 1 weekly group meeting per campus at 2 different high school campuses in 2 school districts. Support group facilitator Sade also hosted 1 weekly group meeting per campus at 2 different high school campuses in 2 different districts. Finally, support group facilitator Journey hosted 1 weekly group meeting at 1 high school campus in 1 district. Through my analysis, I identified 4 key themes that provide a deeper understanding of how collaboration within the MTSS framework occurs in schools. First, the support group facilitators highlighted the role of support from school leaders. One support group facilitator questioned the value system of school leaders when it comes to mental health, asking, how important is it to some administrators that we have this time set aside to help these students in their mental health? This facilitator's concern suggests that mental health initiatives struggle to gain traction without the backing of school leaders. Second, support group facilitators emphasize the need for adequate resources. They stress that many schools lack the internal resources necessary to provide the level of mental health support that students need. One facilitator stated, schools have so many students and not enough people to serve the needs of the students in regard to mental health. Resources both within the school and through external partnerships are key to providing comprehensive support. Third, support group facilitators pointed out the importance of accurate screening processes. They expressed concerns about the inconsistencies in how students are identified for mental health interventions. As one facilitator stated, a lot of people don't know which child is appropriate for mental health therapy and which child is not. Accurate, reliable screening ensures that students don't fall through the cracks. Finally, support group facilitators noted the impact of logistical barriers on student participation and support group efficacy. Issues like scheduling conflicts often prevent students from consistently attending mental health support group sessions. One facilitator shared the impact of inconsistent scheduling and communication on the continuity of support groups, stating, mental health is for every day. It's not just for emergencies, or it's not just for after the fact. Logistical barriers need to be addressed if we want to provide consistent, effective support to students. The findings from this study have several important implications for practice, particularly for school leaders, mental health professionals, policymakers, and researchers. First, school leaders are recommended to prioritize mental health by integrating it into the school's mission. This includes offering professional development that focuses on mental health awareness and intervention strategies, as well as fostering a culture of open communication. Second, mental health professionals could advocate for more funding and resources. Hiring additional counselors, providing ongoing training, and developing partnerships with community organizations are all essential to expanding the reach and the effectiveness of school-based mental health services. For policymakers, allocating funding to support school-based mental health initiatives is crucial. This includes grants for training and resources like screening tools to ensure that schools have the infrastructure they need to sustain mental health programs. Finally, future research should focus on exploring the long-term impacts of MTSS implementation on student outcomes and well-being. By examining how sustained collaboration affects mental health and student performance, we can further refine the MTSS framework. To ensure these findings lead to actionable change and target key decision makers, I have developed a comprehensive distribution plan to enact as a mental health professional and as the program director at Greater Houston Minds. For example, I will share this study's findings with school leadership teams at district-wide meetings. In these presentations, I will include actionable recommendations for improving collaboration and resource allocation for mental health initiatives. I will also submit the findings to peer-reviewed journals and present at national conferences such as the American Educational Research Association annual meeting. This will allow the findings to contribute to the broader academic conversation on school-based mental health. In conclusion, conducting the study has profoundly shaped my understanding of collaboration as a mental health professional and as the program director for a community partner. As I move forward in my career, I will use the findings from this research to advocate for better policies and practices that prioritize mental health in schools. I remain committed to improving mental health services for students in Greater Houston and beyond. I sincerely thank you all for your time and attention. I look forward to meeting with you very soon to answer any questions you may have.